met 6-year-old Samiksha at an oncology ward in Bangalore in 2007. She was a bubbly little cute girl, I remember. Lot of enthusiasm. She was buzzing around me like a bee, even though I was a stranger, demanding attention. She wanted to read, sing, dance, everything with a mask and over a mouth and face. On striking up a conversation with her mother, I learned that all the children waiting there to see their doctors were immunocompromised with cancer and plasma related conditions. And this was the only social they got, their bi weekly visit to the oncologist. They didn't go to school. I was curious about them, looking at their eagerness and their positive energy. I returned back to work that Wednesday in deep introspection, wondering what is the pediatric oncology support system that is possible for such children. It took about 2 years of research and understanding, both in the education space and in the medical space, to get a hang of the facility that is required to support children through their education while going through treatment for life-threatening illness such as cancer. But the thought that plagued me all the time was, what can I do as an architect and designer in the non-medical space, to help out the situation? And it was pretty grave because there were more than 800 to 900 children in Bangalore city alone going through this every year. The one thing that I realized in those 2 years was school is the anchor for children. School and childhood fun is what kids need to keep them going, to keep them optimistic and positive, even through cancer treatment and such life-threatening conditions. So that's when I thought that it is the way to their happiness, to increase their happiness quotient, would be through learning. So I started looking at providing libraries in the hospitals where they went for treatment. At first, the thought was to set up a center where all such children in the city would be able to come and spend some time along with their peers, along with their families, in a more positive environment, because they couldn't go to school. And obviously, that was not the way out. I told myself that if they can't go to school, why don't we bring the school to them in the hospital wards? And that's how the journey of Samiksha really started. We got the first break when Manjari and I met Dr. Janet at Kidwai Hospital in 2009. And she was very enthusiastic about the program which we had charted out as a school in the pediatric oncology ward in Kidwai Hospital. Almost 13 years later, I am convinced that the way to address the issues of pediatric oncology, non-medical support for children and young cancer survivors is through education. We are absolutely convinced as a team, knowledge empowers and happiness heals.